G'day viewers, the end of another week. Time for Totally Fucked Up Friday.
Hi viewers, it's Friday.
And yeah, look, this week there is hard pressed to find anything more fucked up in recent history than the terrorist attack on the offices of Charlie Hebdo in France. It's just fucked.
Fucked up.
Okay, and speaking as two mouthy guys.
Mouthy fucking as.
Kind of pick on sacred cows,
Yeah.
Religion generally a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Politics sometimes.
Yeah.
People, sexualities, anti-sexualities, people who look funny.
Yeah.
People with deformities. People without deformities. People who... Mouthy cunts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, obviously, we think that sort of act is unconscionable, just disgusting.
just-
These guys are scum fucks.
Fuck off.
And I mean, the key thing is this, a lot of people don't understand, why would someone do something this awful? It can't possibly further... See, this sort of thing is when you're such an asshole saying, hey, this is my version of Islam, and the overwhelming majority of Muslims want nothing to do with you.
Believe me.
So you can't convert enough people to your brand of shitheadery.
Because you go to the mosque and say, oh, let's fuck up the guys. And they go, no, dude, you're a cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite literally.
So then you do something so fucked and awful that the other side is very hard pressed to not do shit to all Muslims, and therefore more moderate people are likely to be pushed across to your brand of bullshit. This is, you've seen these patterns wherever there's been sectarian conflict, like the Troubles in Northern Ireland. You look at Israel, Palestine. When one person or a very small number of people can fuck it for everyone, that's going to keep happening. Because a certain percentage of humans are just fucked.
Absolutely wildly fucked.
Until we can be more like Norway, who in the wake of just the awful terrorism of Anders Breivik, I mean, really ultra-terrorism, murdering kids deliberately for the impact that would have. And when they said, no, he's not going to win, we're going to be more open, we're going to be more inclusive, fuck that guy. Until we can be more like that and less like, say, Israel and Palestine, which currently is just an endless cycle of retaliation.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
We're fucked because these assholes will exploit that. When decent people get pushed to be shits, the assholes win. They're dragging everyone down to their level.
And it is possible. It is possible. You look at South Africa, right? When they got rid of apartheid, the big fear around the world was the black guys are going to destroy all of the white guys, and kind of with a bit of cause and reason behind it too. And then they basically said, okay, no, fuck this. We're just going to stop. We're just going to say, fucking what happened, and we're all going to walk away. It's not the perfect place. It's not fucking a utopia on earth, but they are climbing out of their own shit, and they're doing it fucking hardcore.
Yeah, again, South Africa, not perfect, but it's not Zimbabwe, is it?
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, so it's almost like those are your two choices. Do you want to be South Africa and try and move in a positive direction? Or do you want to be Zimbabwe and just go down the fucking shitter? That's what we're basically looking at. And so, we all wait with bated breath because it really feels like things are going to get worse before they get better.
Real fucking bad.
But look, and here's another, big disclaimer. Like most people, I'd never heard of this magazine.
Right.
I had not heard of it before this attack, even though they'd been a bit newsworthy. They had been firebombed before by Muslim extremists because they quite aggressively poked Muslims and other people as well. And when you look at the pictures people have been publishing of their covers, there was this thread that I can only describe as racism. The really negative old world racist representations, not just of Arabic Muslims, of Jews, of Africans.
Oh, there you go.
And there was other stuff that was homophobic, sexist. They were into fat shaming, slut shaming. In fact, there was a lot of regressive shit in their covers. Okay? Still, not like that's a justification.
No.
Not even for threatening. I mean, because you've got to deal with threats all the time. This shirt AIDzee's wearing, one of mine. Yeah. I usually wear that when I'm talking about religion.
Normally.
And I get really aggressive, violent threats over YouTube for wearing it. Admittedly, they're just words, okay? It's just sad little fucks typing words. It's not like I'm high profile, but, you know, it's like...
And next time I'm wearing it, so it'll be on me. And I've got badness in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So, gay junkie, just putting that out there.
I did want to throw out there with regards to the magazine where people seem to be going, shining paragon of all that is good. Well, I have no idea what the content is because I haven't seen anyone republishing any articles. I've only seen the covers, some of which, and they've decided I'm going to offend these people. Really racist a lot of the time. And people go, but look, they also picked on white Christians. Yes, they did. Frequently in really homophobic ways. I'm just saying, these guys, they had about the sophistication of someone in Australia going, I'm going to pick on Clive Palmer and Gina Reinhardt. I know, I'll say they're fat.
They're fat?
They're fat.
They're fat.
Look, I'm saying Gina Reinhardt and Clive Palmer have lots of shit wrong with them. You don't need to go, they're fat. Religious extremists have a lot of wrong with them. In fact, kind of nothing right with them. You don't need to go racist. You can just know, here's the actual words they said. So, yeah. And I also want to reject the false binary of either, je suis Charlie or je suis terrorist. It's like there are two sorts of people in the world. Good, honest people and people who reject your false binaries, okay? I can actually say these murderers are the worst fucking scumfucks on the planet.
Yeah, you're homegrown jihadi. What a fucking cunts.
Yeah, I'm going to take every benefit that this country offers and then I'm going to start killing people. Fuck you, all right? Fuck you in the neck, you soft bastards. Fucking hate that so much. I hate any religious extremist who wants to oppress or kill someone. But the homegrown turn on the people who looked after them.
Special kind of scum.
Fuck, that's so hard. And at the same time, it's perfectly rational to go, you know what? It is reasonable to say a lot of what Charlie Hebdo published was really off, honestly. And in fact, I'm just going to throw it out, generally, white satirists or white fans of satire could stand to occasionally shut the fuck up and listen when people of colour say, what you call satire, I call just an additional layer of racism.
Wow.
I'm not saying it's always true. I'm not, again, because I get accused of shit all the time, and you have to know that we're not fans of people who are easily offended.
No, you wouldn't know that, but you'd find that out pretty quick.
Yeah. So, but at least listen. This is what I think the whole thing should be, a dialogue. You should listen, bit of back and forth, like, can you make the point without doing that? Is that a valid excuse? Is that a valid complaint? Yeah. Actually have a conversation. That would be nice, because the further we move away from having a conversation, the closer we move to more awful shit things happening. But if we move on to other examples of freedom around the world, Russia!
Yay, Russia!
And now...
I can't go there.
No, there are whole lots of reasons to not go to Russia. And the latest report is suggesting that they've introduced limits on who can drive.
Which is fair enough, because they're having a lot of trouble on the roads.
You see those Russian dash cam videos.
Fantastic.
Hours of entertainment. Horrific, awful entertainment.
Oh, mind you, the one where the tank drives over the road and crashes in the car was fucking awesome. And the comet photos.
Yeah.
Great.
So we always, we get to see everything that happens in Russia because everyone has a dash cam because of all the shit that happens. But they've said, I think the wording is around the idea that people with mental disorders can't drive.
Good.
On the surface, you might go...
Good.
And then you realise, it's Russia, and they've started to declare if you're transgender.
Mental disorder.
Yeah, if you're a particular fetishist.
Mental disorder.
And it's a bit of a stretch to say, because you're into kinky sex...
Mental disorder.
You can't drive.
No, there shouldn't be. I mean, you couldn't drive if you were a kinky sexist. You'd get
Look,
in there.
so long as you don't wear your GIMP mask while you're driving, because that constrains the vision.
No, it doesn't. No, GIMP masks are okay. I've fucking said this before. Gimp masks do not constrain the vision. They make breathing a little bit difficult, but the vision's fine because the eye holes are right up here. Mine's good. I mean, you can see everything. You know,
peripheral vision's
no,
got to be...
peripheral vision's great.
Huh?
You can't, like, you know, tell people, stop hitting me. But, you know, you can drive quite happily. In fact, it'd be even better because, you know, you can't abuse so many... Oh, you can open the zip. Fuck you! You know.
That's a point. Honestly, who thinks driving wouldn't be a bit better if a few more drivers weren't forced to wear ball gags?
Actually, that'd be awesome.
Yeah?
That'd be awesome. Also, a safety point because, frankly, you couldn't then illegally use your mobile phone in the car. See?
We're solution-oriented.
Solutionists.
Russia, problems, us, solutions.
You know, a couple of 100 million rubles and we will sort your shit for you. We will do that.
Vlad, on the phone. We'll even shirt front Tony Abbott for you. Put that bastard in his place. Right? Hey, speaking of shirts, AIDzee's got the shirt that caused me problems before. Now, this one... Apparently, I can't go to Queensland.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm not going to go to Queensland for a bunch of reasons.
Yeah.
You know, not least, I don't want to have to deal with maybe running into racists who steal money from cancer kitties.
Oh, yeah, but...
Joke.
Yeah, but fuck that.
But what happened this week? Because they're having a state election call, and just as a shenanigan, the Premier, he's not necessarily going to lose... But it's not looking good.
Not looking good because he has rather fucked the place.
Yeah, this is the old, in one term, I'll go from this absolute massive crushing win to fucking everything so severely.
And sideways.
I'm going to lose power. So his one ploy was he called a snap election. I was torn between saying short term and snap there.
Snap.
So we're going to snap selection.
Yeah, snap election. I like it because you get that whole kind of Jägermeister thing. We're going to have a snap selection. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be wonderful. And you know, we're going to have the people in the pixies and some of the Nazis. It's going to be great, yeah.
So he called the election right at the start of January when people are still on holidays. And
oh yeah, they'll vote me back in because they're on holiday. Fuck yeah.
And the election's at the end of the month. But if you're not already registered to vote, which would most commonly be young people, would most commonly be people who wouldn't vote for this piece of shit.
Because, didn't he fuck them so hard this time? Oh, right,
yeah. And so they're likely to be away in the period where you have to register. You only had like 4 days to register. Not a dick move at all.
No, it's not a cock move, and it's not one done by our right-wing governments in history in Australia about 5 times now.
Yeah.
No.
But anyway, this is actually not about him. What happened? Some of the young libs were out... Go for our supporter. And they all wear blue shirts, and I love some people who want to taunt them have started calling it Smurf Alert.
Sorry,
Smurf Alert, they're doing it.
I still love that. Smurf Alert. Yeah. Oh shit, I'm in the servo. Smurf Alert. Oh no. Make the oink go away. Smurf Alert. Yeah. Anyway.
So anyway, a guy who actually runs a spoof Twitter account making fun of the Premier showed up with an I'm with stupid t-shirt for a photo op to stand next to the young libs going...
And he was trying to get to the Premier, wasn't he?
Oh, I think he was actually just making fun of the Smurfs. There was no Premier there.
But the Premier didn't show, so there's only Smurfs there, right?
Yeah. So he's there's lots of pictures of him doing this, and there's a bit of to and fro. There's slightly ambiguous. There seems to have been some pushing, maybe good-natured, maybe aggressive, but someone with no sense of humour from the young
Hang on. Are you saying a Smurf had no sense of humour?
Apparently.
A Smurf, these are the kids usually who like to advocate that if you're black, gay or stupid that you should be shot.
That type of thing.
Yeah, right.
In fact, and in case you think he's exaggerating,
no.
They have actually been caught on various web fora saying those exact things. But anyway, the guy in charge, he's called the cops and said, oh, the guy's been mean to us. And 10 cops showed up, right?
10
for one dude
cops
in an I'm with stupid t-shirt.
What, 10 cops? Like, come on, that's a pub fight. You know, that is like a siege. You know, there's 10 friggin' cops for one guy in a shirt. You know, I can only ever, and I do some pretty bad shit when I'm on the gear, I can only ever attract 3.
Yeah.
3.
So 10 cops show up, and instead of just going, okay, you've had your laugh, move along
Piss
now,
off. Right, which is the traditional Australian way.
they actually arrested him.
Right.
This is the world we're living in. Wearing an I'm with stupid t-shirt gets you arrested
Right.
by 10 cops.
For 10 cops. We haven't seen this in Queensland for 20 years.
It's like the old days of Joe, where you could literally be arrested just by being in groups of 3 or more.
That's right. That's right. When I was a young kid, I went up there to meet some colleagues, and with the Canberra crews met the guys, and they said, all right, go back upstairs and change your t-shirt because you're not allowed to have the t-shirts. We go, you're fucking kidding. They say, no, you will get arrested. Oh, right. We've come down. All right, we're all going to go on to the next event. We're going to go in groups of 2s and 3s. What? We can't be in a group because we'll get arrested. Right. Accidentally, 5 of the boys stood around a fountain. The cops turned up and took them in. Unbelievable. But those days are over. Surely we've moved on.
Apparently not. So, yeah, add to the list of places we won't be going to in a hurry. Queensland.
And, you know, it shocks me that bloody... It seems now that the Queensland police are basically a right-wing thug machine.
Yeah.
Doing the bidding of, well, a right-wing thug machine that is the government, yeah.
I'm not saying they're corrupt and serving those in power and crushing ordinary people.
No.
But